एवरीवन। आज हम बात करेंगे कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस के बारे में और कैसे कोई भी एक कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस एग्जाम्पल बना सकता है। तो सबसे पहले जानते हैं कि एक कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस होता क्या है। सो अ कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस एग्जाम्पल्स के बारे में तो पढ़ी ही है, और साथ ही एक NRI स्पेशली जो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में रहते हैं उनके जो लीगल रेगुलेशंस और लेजिस्लेशंस के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी जानेंगे हम कि इन्फ्रिंजिंग कंटेंट को कैसे हटा सकते हैं या रोक सकते हैं। सो copyright infringement notice is a document delivered by a copyright owner or the owner's agent or power of attorney to a website operating and advising them that they are hosting unauthorized copyrighted material। अगर किसी ने अपनी वेबसाइट पे इन्फ्रिंजिंग कंटेंट डाला है तो ये नोटिस का गोल ये होता है कि वो उन वेबसाइट ओनर को एक वार्निंग दे के तौर पर ये बता पाएँ कि उन्हें वो कंटेंट हटाना चाहिए अपनी वेबसाइट से। इसके साथ ही जो वेबसाइट ऑपरेटर्स हैं अपने यूजर्स को कंटेंट पब्लिश करने के लिए अलाउ करते हैं, वो इस नोटिस की वजह से अपने आप को कई लाइबिलिटीज से प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, जो एक डिजिटल मिलेनियम कॉपीराइट एक्ट में DMCA पॉलिसी या कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट पॉलिसी के द्वारा इम्प्लीमेंट की गई है। सो इस पॉलिसी में वो सारे कंटेंट्स हैं आ जाते हैं जो इन्फ्रिंजिंग हैं नोटिस मिलने के बाद। तो ये था एक कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस का एग्जाम्पल। However, website owners can use a broad copyright infringement policy even if they don't use the DMCA policy. Whatever the circumstances, this copyright violation notice will enable a copyright holder or their agent to send a notice to the website operator alerting them to the infringement. Furthermore, the letter can be written to anyone and does not have to be based on information found on the internet. This copyright infringement notice is used in extremely narrow circumstances where copyright infringing material has been put online and a takedown notice is required. या डॉक्यूमेंट शॉर्ट और स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि इससे सिर्फ वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है जिसमें जो पब्लिश्ड मटेरियल है वो इन्फ्रिंज्ड है और उस कॉपीराइट मटेरियल को आइडेंटिफाई करना ज़रूरी है। तो हमारा अगला टॉपिक में हम जानेंगे कि एक कॉपीराइट होल्डर के पास क्या क्या राइट्स होते हैं। सो बेसिकली the provisions of section 14 of the Copyright Act of 1957 is used in understanding the copyright holder's exclusive rights. So rights in the case of a literary, musical or dramatic work, the rights to produce the work in any other material form can be included with electronic medium to communicate, perform or issue copies of the work to the general public, and to communicate, perform or issue copies of the work to through other mediums. So we have another right, which is to commercially rent or sell a computer program, which is to reproduce the work in any other material form, including electronic medium, also to communicate, perform or issue copies of the work again to the general public, and to communicate, perform or issue the copies of the work through other mediums as well. So the next we have is the rights in case of a cinematograph film. The right can be to make a duplicate copy of the film, which also includes the right to take a photograph from the film and store it on any other medium, or the right to commercially rent or sell any duplicate or pirated copy of the film and through other mediums as well. So in OTT platforms, it is used to disseminate the final audience in general. So next we have is the rights in case of record sounding, which is to make any sound recording in which the original work is included, which can be to rent or sell a pirated copy and for profit purposes as well. Or next we have is rights in case of creative work, which is the right to reproduce the work in any other material form, including the storage of work on an electric medium, or the right to portray a 2D work as a three-dimensional work and three-dimensional work as a two-dimensional work. तो इन राइट्स के बाद अब हम जानेंगे कि कॉपीराइट होल्डर के पास कितने कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट नोटिस एग्जाम्पल्स होते हैं. So copyright holders can submit a formal copyright infringement notice to the infringer of copyright in one of two ways. The copyright infringement notice can be sent by speed post, or it can be delivered personally to the offender or through the telegram of the copyright infringement notice. Now, we will analyze as to what should an NRI do if she or he receives a copyright infringement notice from the DMCA. Firstly, you should read the whole DMCA infringement notification. This is attached to the end of your email from a Kent State Security and Access Management Team member. Even if you don't believe your machine is in breach, read the notice carefully. Secondly, if you are illegally downloading or distributing copyrighted material via peer to peer, which is also known as P2P, and sharing software like Frostwire, BitTorrent, Morpheus, or LimeWire, you should stop using it right at this moment. As a third option, you must check for files referenced in the infringement notice and delete any that were obtained illegally. Even if you have permission to use the files, you almost certainly do not have permission to share them. So once your computer has been cleaned, notify the security and access management. Also make an appointment with a security analyst and submit a signed compliance form to security and access management stating that your computer is free of all infringing material. Also, do not disregard the warning. Your network connection will be banned until the issue is rectified if you do not react to security and access management within a few days. Lastly, do not make direct contact with the copyright holder. They don't need to know who you are, and they might be unsure who to contact in the future if you don't tell them. So these guidelines can be also valid to the Indian residents. Thank you.